So, random question. Do you guys remember when the world was locked into quarantine? It was chaos all around as people ran to stores to get essentials and, for some reason, toilet paper? Extroverts were sad that they couldn't see their friends, and introverts were happy they didn't have to go outside and face the world. I guess ambiverts were kind of on and off. Yeah, that was 3 years ago. I can remember those times a little bit, though. I mean, personally, my grades dropped low as hell in that 2 week break that we thought was supposed to be, 2 weeks. Yeah, no, thinking about it, it was kind of funny because it just turned into a year. One thing I can remember, though, is Discord. I remember what got me into it as I was writing the script for this video. It was actually my friend and I. We had a bit of a falling out prior to COVID, and we started talking a little bit before it, actually. I would say near the ending of that school year. Um, and he randomly sent me a Discord link, or he made it through a public YouTube thing. I don't remember. It's a little blurry on how I got into that server, but it was a fun server. It was active. It was all over the place, really. It was kind of, we tried our hardest to run it, but we didn't know how to do it properly because we were dumb kids. Um, and at one point, I was a follower, not a leader back then, so I felt like making a server myself. And I did, and it was amazing. Both of these servers were active, and they had different people from different groups. We were talking to people from different states and eventually countries. There's one person in that server. Well, they're not anymore because that server doesn't exist. But I know I will never speak to them again, and that's kind of sad. But I can vividly remember me, my friend, and that friend all having a fun time in both servers, actually. And man, I kind of miss those times, but later on into the Discord life, we were still kind of active at this time. We'll meet a guy who I'll call Alt. You'll find out why later. He lived in another state, which was crazy. But my friend was more friends with him than I was. But we started talking all together at some point. I don't remember how. I think I was just invited into the server and my friend introduced me to Alt. But it kind of led to something chaotic. So Alt had a lot of alternate accounts, and I'm sure he's gonna see this video. But he had a lot of alternate accounts, hence the name, right? And one of them was a little bit interested in me, which kind of scared me. I was relieved when I found it was an alternate account, and we have a little laugh about it to this day. I act like it traumatizes me. It does. But later on, me, Alt, and my friend all became a good trio, but we haven't spoken together in a while because of each of us moving on to do different things and me meeting more people. There is one person that introduced me to like a bunch of people, and it changed my online life forever. I'm sure that she's okay with me naming her, but to be safe, I'll call her Ava. If she's watching this, she's probably gonna wonder where I got that name from. I didn't, ChatGPT did. Anyway, she did this type of series thing that I wanted to be a part of, and she used a Discord server to keep it all organized. A few people of note joined this, me and my friend Garb, who I've had on this channel before. I would have that light skin ruse.
I was right.
Ava, and one who would spiral me into a couple of friend groups. Kaoli. When I was writing this script, I ended up adding in that he's going to be jumping back on the content bandwagon, so I will still link him in the description, but I don't know if he's going to do that. Maybe. He might. Anyway. Kaoli had a couple friends. One who I will call Misha, and another one, Steve? I'm not gonna lie, as I'm reading the script, I don't remember who these people are. But apparently Steve introduced me to more people, two of which are still in my life. I can make an assumption about who those are, but I don't want to, just to be safe. I'll probably remember as I'm uploading this video. But later on, way later down the line, a Discord nation was born. I say nation, quote unquote. It was a server that we called a nation. We were all like the citizens of it. I can make a whole video talking about how it changed my life at a later date. And here we are today. I don't really have a lot of active servers or friends that I talk to daily. I talk to maybe like 3 people daily, and one of them's a real life friend who I just use Discord to communicate with. Because it's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lot simpler than using like actual iMessages or Instagram. Because I don't actually know how Instagram works. I'm not active on there. I don't have a lot of people to talk to. But yeah, that was my simplified timeline of my Discord life with the past 3 years. But I can say it taught me a lot. Some people will not be very good at all. They can be manipulative. They can be actually crazy. They can ruin your mental health. And there are some good people. There are amazing people, but there are times when you need to learn that you have to let go of the past. You can't be stuck here forever. And I know how that feels. I don't talk to a lot of the people that I did before, but I do talk to newer people, and I'll occasionally talk to some others that I knew before. It's just like a checkup, you know? My advice, though, don't get too attached to someone that you meet over the internet. It will either end terribly, or you will both forget about each other. It happens a lot. Not always, but more often than not. A lot of my friends are online, but I still say not to get attached, because the friendship can get ripped away at a moment's notice, no matter what. So that's my advice. Don't get too attached. But if you want to have fun, go ahead and have fun, Nobody's stopping you from doing that. As this video draws to a close, I want to say that this is an introduction to these type of videos. I'll probably make a couple follow-ups to explain the positive and negative relations I have with the app. And also other stuff, I'm new to these type of videos, so excuse my awkwardness and stuttering. I have a little bit of a stutter. It's most of the time not noticeable if I'm just going with the flow, but I talk really fast, so it can really mess me up. Yeah, I'll probably talk about some other stuff too. I'm not just going to stick strictly to these Discord videos because that would get dry real fast. I wouldn't have a lot to talk about. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and you can check out some other videos, like my Midnight Gaming videos with Garb. You can ignore everything else, though. The covers may be privated or deleted by the time this goes up. Maybe I'll decide to keep them up. And the Hamilton edits, I'm not going to be doing those a lot. I know one of them has 1,000 views, but that they're not something that I'm too interested in these days. But anyway, thank you for watching. Have an amazing day, or night, wherever you are in this giant world. I have been I'm a Zach, and now I'm a gone. That was terrible.